Since recruiting can apply to virtually any industry, it's easy to apply your general recruiting skills to a wide variety of jobs. If you find that you love the recruiting process but aren't thrilled with the specific niche you've chosen, you can always try moving into a different one. You can take the primary skills of recruiting and apply them to so many other potential career paths. Perhaps you want to move on from direct recruiting to something a little different. Let's explore some of the most common career paths for recruiters. Hey, and welcome back. My name is Preston. I'm a professional recruiter in the technology industry. As I've mentioned plenty of times in the past, one of the great things about recruiting is just how accessible it is. It doesn't necessarily require a college degree or even any prior experience in the industry. As long as you have the drive to learn and the willingness to put yourself out there, that should be more than enough to get started. But I've already spoken about getting into the recruiting industry at length in some of my previous videos. I recommend going back and watching videos like how to be a recruiter with no experience for more information about that. I'm going to go in a bit of a different direction in this video. You might remember one of my more recent videos about finding meaningful work. One of the most important elements of a truly meaningful job is career advancement opportunities. After all, dead-end jobs with no opportunities for growth can quickly become draining and burnout will set in fast. Another beautiful thing about recruiting is just how versatile it is. If you love the day-to-day grind of independent recruiting, you can keep on doing that for virtually as long as possible into the sunset. But make no mistake, recruiting is no dead-end role. In fact, you can take the primary skills of recruiting and apply them to so many other potential career paths. So in this video, I'm going to review some of the most common career paths for recruiters, from roles directly related to the recruiting industry to others you may not even consider. Please consider supporting a fellow recruiter. Give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It really means a lot. Recruiting has grown significantly in the past few years. In fact, LinkedIn reports a 145% increase in users taking their recruiting courses from 2017 to 2021. I'm confident that recruiting will only grow more in the upcoming years. So in spite of the looming recession, some analysts are warning about many industries are still actively hiring to rebuild their workforce after layoffs that may have been necessary to stay afloat during the pandemic. This is great news for recruiters, who hiring managers will certainly turn to for assistance in finding talent in these tumultuous, difficult times. I think recruiting is a great choice for those looking for a new career path because it can be applied to so many different industries. Similarly, a role in recruiting has the potential to go in many different directions as well. So with that in mind, let's explore some of the most common career paths for recruiters. Recruiting career paths. Since recruiting can apply to virtually any industry, it's easy to apply your general recruiting skills to a wide variety of jobs. If you find that you love the recruiting process but aren't thrilled with the specific niche you've chosen, you can always try moving into a different one. Be sure to watch my past videos on picking a recruiting niche if you need help identifying ones that work best for you. Alternatively, you can also consider changing the area of recruiting you're working in. If you work as an independent recruiter, you can also consider moving to an in-house role, which might provide more consistent, better paying work. On the other hand, if you're looking for more flexibility in your work and schedule, you might move from an in-house role to maybe independent or agency, or even starting your own down the line. You might also consider moving into a more general talent acquisition role. While recruiters focus on the day-to-day tasks of filling roles and onboarding employees, a director of talent acquisition, for example, are tasked with broader responsibilities like developing talent pipelines, managing a unique brand voice that stand out to potential candidates, and planning long-term hiring needs based on internal performance metrics. Perhaps you want to move on from direct recruiting to something a little different. Consider job and maybe human resources, or HR. As you spend more and more time as a recruiter, you get better and better at interacting with people, identifying their needs and ensuring that they're reasonably met. You also learn a lot about the nitty-gritty details of human resources. That's why many recruiters eventually transition into an HR-related role. As companies grow larger and larger and expand their remote workforce, the need for effective human resources HR teams have only increased. This is both a lucrative and rewarding career path because you'll get to work with the best employees of your company and interact with every new hire, ensuring that their needs are met and their transitions into their new role is as smooth as possible. Human resources teams also play an important role in bridging the gap between the company's employees and management. You'll help communicate employee issues to upper-level team members and help resolve complaints and ensure everyone is working at maximum efficiency. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, DE&I. As we discover the importance of fostering a safe and inclusive environment for individuals from a diverse array of backgrounds, a new group of HR-adjacent roles have emerged, including Diversity Coordinator and Chief Diversity Officer. These roles are focused on ensuring that a wide range of voices are heard, included, and not just a select few. This involves taking a note of companies' demographics, noting areas of weaknesses, and doing your best to fill the potential gaps. This ensures that people from a wide variety of backgrounds are getting a fair shot at raises, promotions, and other advancement opportunities. You'll also be responsible for reviewing your company's overall practices and ensuring they are not unfairly exclusive. And you'll settle potential internal disagreements between employees as well. This is certainly not an easy role, but it's an especially important one that's growing every single day. You should consider a role in DE&I, career counseling. Experienced recruiters make great career counselors because they know the details of the hiring process and they can help shed some light on it to potential candidates. They can also provide helpful guidance on the perfect roles depending on an individual's unique skills and qualifications. This may sound very similar to what a recruiter already does, but the difference here is that you're not working for a company trying to fill one of their open roles. You're working directly with candidates, so you're not beholden to a particular role. This can be incredibly rewarding, especially when you place someone in the perfect role, one they may not have even been aware of. You can consider offering your services like freelance, much like an independent recruiter, but a much more interesting and fulfilling position would be at a high school or college, helping students pick their perfect career path. Sales. Let's start to move away from jobs directly related to recruiting and HR, starting with sales. Anyone familiar with the recruiting process should know that it involves many of the same skills that sales does. After all, recruiters are essentially selling on multiple fronts. They need to present roles in a way that attracts qualified candidates, and then they need to present those candidates to hiring managers. These skills can be easily transferred to a sales role in virtually any industry. All you need to do is learn about the product and services you're selling and hone down on its key points of interest so you can effectively present it to potential buyers or customers. Additionally, a whole new host of career development options open up to you, both in the sales world and within whatever company you end up working for. The sky is the limit, identifying other roles. Frankly, I can go on and on and on forever about the different employment paths available to recruiters because the skills are just that versatile. The previous list only represents the most common roles that experienced recruiters end up moving into. But truly, the sky is the limit. If you're having trouble identifying other potential career paths, I recommend doing some self-reflection. What are your favorite aspects of recruiting and what skills do they involve? Next, do some research. List those skills and identify other roles that utilize them. You might find other transferable skills or might identify areas of weaknesses that you can further develop as you move into your new role. So this just about sums up this video. Can you think of any other great potential career paths for recruiters that I didn't mention? Would love to hear from you. If you like this video, want to see more like it, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. Really means a lot. Feel free to also follow me at Preston_Park as I try my best to also post behind the scenes content daily. Thank you so much again. We'll see you on the next one.